Okay, so with this single leg lunge, I really just put lighter weight on, and I try to do at least 12 to 20 reps depending on how much weight I got on there. And then sometimes I alternate, but this time I'm just doing one leg at a time, making sure my knee does not go over my toe and making sure the other knee does not hit the floor. You don't want to hurt yourself. So once you do one side, then switch, and switch, alternate both sides until you reach at least 2 sets. See how I switched? So I'm switching on that side, and then I'll switch back to the other side, and so forth and so on until I reach 3 sets I did here. These are really good for the hamstrings, which is really difficult sometimes for women to get that cellulite from there. It's good for the glutes, the butte, and the quadriceps. So I really love this workout. I do it on the Smith machine or just with no weights or just with the free weights or the barbell. Okay, so now I'm getting in position. I'm facing the camera, my glutes facing the camera, just to show you, just, you know, you don't have to go all the way to the floor, long as basically you're 90 degree. So your knee does not go over your toe, whether you're doing it on the Smith machine or just doing it with free weight barbell or dumbbells or no weight. And then, you know, go to where you're sitting, almost like you're sitting in a chair. Go down enough so you can actually affect the glutes. So I did here, usually I do like 10 and then I'll pause it to where I'm doing little tiny reps. 3 sets. Okay, so here I got the barbell on my neck and I'm doing walking lunges with a leg raise for the glutes. So you don't necessarily just swing it, the kick up. You use your glutes, and if you can't raise it that far up, as long as you're using your muscles. So this here works the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, and you can use it with weight or without weight. Okay, so you can never get enough of plyo. Plyo is good for leaning your legs out and still getting that strength training at the same time. So these are jump lunges, and I did altogether 20. That will make 10 on each side, and I did 3 sets. So once I finished with the lunges, I went straight for the sumo squat plyo, and it works the inner thighs, the glutes. So I always try to squeeze some plyo in. So now this day, you know how I told you I always try to squeeze a little plyo in. And so I wanted to do the plyo with the squat on the Smith machine. And so just squat down first and then jump up. Now with this one, you want to make sure you have a weight on there that you can jump up as high as you want to jump up. If that means no weight, that means no weight. But you definitely don't want to put a lot of weight on and injure yourself. So start with no weight and work your way to 5 pounds. Some of them have 2.5 pounds. And do like, okay, so for this one, I usually put my heel high up on the machine to put more of the emphasis on my hamstring, to iron out the fat pockets on my hamstring, to let more lean muscle. The more lean muscle you have, the less cellulite, because the muscle is going to iron out the fat that's bunched up together, because that's all cellulite is. So most of my trouble areas is on the back of my legs, and I love to feel that burn on my hamstrings. When you put your feet lower at the bottom, it works more with the quads. So I usually keep my heel high up on the machine and do 3 sets on each leg, 12 to 15 depending on the weight. Sometimes I go as high as 20 with no weight if I'm doing single legs. So give this one a try. Try it one leg at a time. You'll really feel it. Put the foot in the middle of the machine. Now on this day, I use the strap. You have to be really careful to make sure you strap this thing on. The Velcro is really strapped, because if you're pulling this thing and it snaps off in your leg, you should make sure it's securely strapped Velcro on. Put it on enough weight where you can step out with your abductor, and then squat. So step out, feel it in your hip, and then feel it in your glute. Step out, go down. I fell in love with this exercise, so I kind of went crazy. I was doing like 20 reps, so I ended up doing 3 sets of 20 on each side. And I only had like maybe 20 pounds on. I started with like 20, then ended up with like 10. So, okay, so here I put the little straight bar, and I put it on 20. That's really enough for me because I like to do a lot of reps, because I do tend to retain muscle fast. So just what works for you. If you want to build, you can put a little heavier on, less weight. If you want to maintain or just lean out or tone, do a lot of reps with less. Okay, so this is the last exercise for the tricep, and I'm on my knees here, and I just did the same single grip attachment, and here I had like 10 pounds on, and I pulled it all the way down till you feel it in the triceps. It's under grip, so you hold it with the palms facing up, bring it down. You really feel it if you squeeze. This really concentrates on the tricep, which is, by the way, 3/4 of your arm size, so you need to work it. 3 sets. So with this, I moved down the level that you can put your feet on and get the assistance, which is perfectly fine. You can still get a great workout with that. But I wanted to see how many I can do without it, and I did like 5 or 6. If you know, sometimes it's fun to just kind of see where you're at with your strength wise and everything like that. So but I usually do it with the assist or just with my feet on the floor on a bench. This is a tricep dip, great for the back of the arms. So here I have the bench on an incline, and I set in front of the cable machine, and I got the rope, so it allows me to spread my arms out to the side. And I'm gonna tell you, I actually felt this the next day under my arms, like not directly under my arms, but right by the back muscle near my underarm. Oh my goodness, it felt so good. That was the first time I actually tried this one. So you want to pull down on the angle, and I really fell in love with it. So I kind of did like 20 reps, and I kept doing more sets because I just love this exercise. So give this one a try. So this is for the lats, but I find that I also feel this in my rear deltoids and my rhomboids, which is also in the back. And I love the single arm attachment because it's bilateral movements. It allows you to make sure that the other side, one side is not compensating for the other side's strength. So I usually do this along with the, you know, working the arms and the legs and stuff together. So brought this all the way down. As you can see, I'm bringing my elbow more in toward the back. So this is breakfast, and I'm waiting on my coffee to finish brewing. And these are egg whites, oatmeal, and I have about 1 ounce of blueberries. Here I made a zucchini lasagna. I'm going to put it back in the oven. I had it in the oven for about 40 minutes earlier before my workout, and then I took it out. This is my dessert. I have a banana, some Arctic Zero, and peanut butter, and this made me a little bit, I wouldn't call it a banana split, but it's definitely a good dessert after dinner.